feeling free.
Girl thrown off the side of the highway like
remember me.
And she just lit it up. That's just what I see here. She's bringing awareness. And she's completely right.
Cries for justice for Emily have been loud. Several vigils held in honor of the San Carlos Apache team.
Up in the morning sky, there I will be.
My favorite is anything lost could be found again except for time wasted. And my favorite motivational quote was by Inky Johnson. He said, when you work hard for something, you develop a different type of attachment to it. And a person will have a cold day in hell before they try to take it from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. And every day I search my own soul.
Hey everyone, it's me, as you know, Babygurl, right? You know what I'm saying. You saw the title, you saw my face, and you said, I gotta fucking watch this shit. Anyways, so welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I usually would do like Gypsy Rose videos and Amberlynn reaction videos. But today, I'm doing something a little different. We spoke on my last live about me trying out doing Get Ready With Me's while I tell a true crime story. So, I decided that that was a fabulous idea to try, and so we're going to do it. First time. Please, bear with me. Give me some grace, because if this is... Do you hear what I'm saying? Oh, wait. I wanted to do it because I thought, what the hell, you know, I want to combine two things that I absolutely love, and that is makeup and true crime. You know what I'm saying? There's a girl that I watch, gosh, I forgot her dang name, Bailey Sarian or something, but anyways, I really like her content and the way she does things, and she's absolutely gorgeous. But I want you guys to know I'm not trying to be a copycat. I just feel the same kind of passion for the two things that she does, and you know, her content is her content. Mine's gonna be totally different because it'll be in my way. Do you understand? Okay, now that we got that talked about over here, because I don't want nobody in the comments saying, oh, you're just trying to be just like blah blah. No, understand that. No, I am Babygurl. When I do something, I do it my way, and my way is usually like a little bit weird, and you know what, it just gives off the me vibe. You know what I'm saying? I put my energy and my love into everything I do, including making videos for you. I do this because I love this. And it's thanks to you guys that I can do this. Do you understand that? I am so grateful. You take your time and you spend it listening to my voice for 30 minutes to over an hour. I just don't understand. Like, I feel like, wow. I thought nobody would ever do that for me. I am just so blessed, and I am grateful to all of you for spending your time with me. Okay, let's get started. So, today you are going to get ready with me while we tell the story and we raise the name up high of Emily Pike. Sadly taken from this world so early in life. It is so awful. She was such a beautiful young lady, only 14 years old, indigenous young lady. she apparently like climbed out her bedroom window because she was a chronic runaway, if you will. When she climbed out of her window and unfortunately was unalived after, that was the 4th time though that she had run away, because she was in a group home. And you can't, I mean, I can imagine that, you know, group homes really aren't like the most comfortable environment. And, you know, you probably don't get the attention, you know, or the quote unquote affection that you normally would get from 2 parents living in a group home. I mean, I would assume that's like pretty harsh. And so I don't think running away is good for anybody, but like, you got to understand the teenage mind, her emotions, and combined with living in a group home, it just is a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? I try to put myself in the victim's shoes and think about, like, did she find someone on the internet and met up with them, and that's why she snuck out? It's just so hard to speculate what could have happened and why. All of it's just like, why? You know what I mean? It's also hard for teenagers when they feel like their parents don't want them anymore, or that they abandoned them. And being that she was in a group home, her mother was still living on the San Carlos Apache tribal land. So it's like, it was probably something that she struggled with, you know what I mean, as a teenage girl. I assume that anyways, you know what I mean? I know that teenage girls need their mother regardless of like any arguments they might have or whatever, you know what I mean? It's still your mom. And I feel like when they feel abandoned like that, they just start questioning why. And they're like, you know, maybe she thought, I'm gonna go find out, and went to, because they're later in the story, you'll know why I say this. But for now, the window screen had been pushed out from the inside, but she left and was taken at some point. One of the employees at the group home that she was at said that, you know, she had run away one time and they found her just wandering down the street not too far away. They searched that whole area, but no sign of her. Also, when they called the police about her being missing, what do you think the police thought? She runs away all the time. She just ran away. Just give it time. That's what they said. Hold tight. She'll either come home on her own or she'll come home with us. Either way, just be patient and wait. All the while, their patience was during herself being desecrated and dismembered by somebody. Dismembered and found by 2 hikers 100 miles away from the group home. So think about that, you guys. Think about how these people were, you know, not that they weren't worried sick and like torturing themselves with what could be the questions that were going through their minds, like, what's going on? Where is she? Is she gonna come home? She went to the officer and said, we just got a voicemail. He said, a voicemail? Yeah. And the person on the other end said that Emily Pike went to see her mother and was with her in the San Carlos Apache tribal land. Now, the group home then said, well, we'll just contact her mother and find out, right? Her mother seemed very worried and very concerned, but said, no, she hasn't been here. I haven't seen her. But they did say that she seemed really scared about the situation and stuff, so sometimes killers can be great actors and actresses. So I don't think they should just take her mother out of the equation just yet. That's just my opinion, and that's alleged. I don't, know if that would be true, but I just, intuition, vision, seeing like the whole situation as a whole and being like, yeah, you know what? Because I figured that out about the Chris Watts. I called that out when he was doing the interview with the reporter or whoever to try to find his wife and please come home and all this shit. You could just see it in his face that he was completely guilty. And I am so surprised that they didn't figure that out immediately. They probably suspected but had to have probable cause to bring him in or whatever. I don't know. Being that he was her husband, though, I would think that, questioning him would be right away, because it is usually the spouse when it's a situation like that. Trust me, I know a lot about unalivings, I should say, you know what I'm saying. I went to school for criminology, and I did really well with it. I love the psychology part of things. I really get into that. That's why I'm always talking about that with Gypsy Rose, because I'm fascinated with the psychology of it all. How our minds work. Our brains are fascinating. So where were we? So Emily Pike was taken on January 25th. That's when she snuck out of her window and everything like that and left, and that was when she was a runaway. She was disrespectfully fucking desecrated by some disgusting, vile disgrace to humanity. That's how I feel about that. How many more indigenous men and women are gonna be unalived before somebody steps in and stops this shit? It's just so frustrating. That's why this case hit me right in the heart when I heard about it. And I had to talk about it as my first Get Ready With Me and true crime case. But I want to make sure that you all as my audience know that we aren't concerned with who unalived the victims. No. They're trash, right? They're trash. Nobody cares. I want to raise the name of Emily Pike right now. Say her name with me out loud. Emily Pike. Say her name again with me out loud. Emily Pike. She needs her name lifted. She needs her name pushed out there. The media's not covering it the way it should. I don't know why, but we all speculate why. No concern. Who cares? It's so awful. Think about it this way. You go in your child's room. You look at their bed. You think, that looks weird. You go to feel and it's pillows. And the window is wide open. No screen. And you immediately know she's done it again. She's gone. But the group home still thought, call the police. Immediately. But then to be told, just be patient. She's run away before. She'll be back. We'll either bring her back or she'll come back on her own. Reassuring them not to worry. Just be patient. What would eat at me as a parent or anybody in this situation is that entire time that I was being told to be patient and sit and wait, this poor baby was being tortured, dismembered. You guys, it just blows my mind, you know? It really does. How can anyone do something so vile like that? You know what I mean? I have never understood that about any of these cases, and that's why I think they're so fascinating to me. I don't understand how you can do that to someone. It's so uncomfortable too, knowing that, like, well, if my child is a chronic runaway and then one day they do, you don't take it seriously, and the whole time you think about what was really going on, and it's just like, oh God, it's just like, oh, to eat the hell out of me. I mean, this poor baby, I looked at her picture and I just started bawling. I mean, she's so sweet looking little girl, you know, like, she just looks innocent to me, like, just needs some love type thing. I could be totally wrong, you know, she might be different than that, but that's like the look that I got, or the vibe I got out of it, you know what I'm saying? You know, and this case is really important to talk about because it's not catching the big media stations, you know what I'm saying? And, like, it's important because she was a part of the San Carlos Apache tribe. It's important to make sure that we are bringing these cases up, because the more we do, the more attention they'll start getting. And it's just so awful and sad that it has to, you know, be someone's life taken for action to be taken. You know what I mean? But still, now it's two in the same spot. A man was unalived right there where the hikers found her dismembered body. Oh, and the arms and hands are still missing to this day, by the way. But I digress. Anyways, I guess a man was found shot to death in his car right there at the same spot where they found the bags. That is what I was trying to say. I mean, that is like, I don't know, I watch a lot of Joe Kenda. Like Joe Kenda always says, there's no such thing as a coincidence. So who knows, you know? And then to be found by two hikers. Can you imagine? Two hikers finding her dismembered body in garbage bags. As if this poor sweet girl was trash. And that to me is so disgusting. Emily Pike was a beautiful young lady. She did not deserve this at all. Nobody does anyway, but except maybe Gypsy Rose. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I had to make a joke. Lighten the mood. Such a sad case. The missing persons report came out, and you guys need to be clutching your pearls for this stuff, because this is awful. We know that she was living in a group home in Mesa, Arizona. Emily was in fact reported missing on January 27th by the home manager. Now, I thought they said, yeah, she left January 25th. So the cops must have made them wait that long to file the report. I mean, I don't think it was their choice to wait 2 days. You know what I'm saying? The home manager said that Emily left out the bedroom window. She pushed the screen out from the inside, and I assume just jumped out the window. The call to police happened at 8:19 p.m. and indicated a juvie AWOL approximately 30 minutes prior. This was actually, like I said, the fourth time, though, that Emily Pike had run away from the group home. But still, you know what I think? I think that if a child is missing, whether they run away all the time or not, I think it should always be treated as an emergency situation and to be figured out immediately. Like, I don't think that they should ever say that, oh, you know what, we should wait a little while. No, isn't that kind of messed up? I didn't like that when that was said. I'm like, wow, dude. So then the whole time that they were waiting, she was being tortured, and now they have to live with that for the rest of their lives, feeling guilty. You know they will, even though it's not their fault. And then the next day, police, I believe it was on January 28th or something like that, police questioned an employee of the group home, and she told police that Emily was on medications for mental health and behavioral issues. So, I mean, what does that mean? Who cares? Find her. You know what I mean? I know that that's what contributed to her leaving, probably, is those awful feelings you get. Still truly believe that it should never ever be like, oh, we should wait. No, handle it now. I just don't, it just aggravates me. Why would you wait when it's a child? I can see an adult, you know, an adult's free to do whatever they please, and they don't even have to come back if they don't want to. But a child is different. A child needs to be taken very fucking seriously. And it just sounds to me like she's a teenager going through it, man. She's having a hard time. Or was having a hard time, and I feel so bad saying that. She probably was in desperate need of some therapy and stuff like that. She might have gone to her mom's, and I speculate that that might be what happened. I don't know, though. It's just, I really have an intuition that her mother had something to do with it. I don't know why, or somebody that to do with her mother had something to do with it. 9 times out of 10, though, you learn in criminology classes and stuff that usually someone that's unalived is unalived by somebody they know. It's very rarely like you'll get the serial killers or the random killing on the street or something like that. Those things are rare. Being unalived by somebody you're associated with, that's very common, you know? Like in relationships, it's usually the husband. So they question him first. Or if you live in your home with your big sister, they question her first. Because that's who you're, you know, usually closely with. And so they look at that and they're like, well, they're always together. They're very close. Let's talk to them. And whatever the case, whoever it might be, you know, you don't even have to be living with them. I'm saying, like, you can be anybody as long as you could have some kind of disagreement at one point. You're fighting about something. Who knows what causes people to do the things that they do. Dismembering her body and putting her in trash bags on the side of the street. And where are her arms and hands? I mean, it's just, ow. And then it kind of sounds like somebody that is unhinged and racist because of how she was unalived. You know? It's just so awful. She wasn't even spoken about as a missing person until 48 hours after she left. Where else would she go, though, if it wasn't her mother she was trying to go to, you know? Maybe she's just in need of her mom. Sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes a child doesn't know how to say that. They don't, like my one son, he never knew how to say it. He would show it in weird ways. So a missing persons bulletin, though, for Emily was sent out nationwide on January 29th. 4 days had gone by. She was already gone. It's like by then, though, the clock has already been ticking now for 4 days. And usually, if you don't find a missing person within 72 hours from when they went missing, the likelihood that you're going to find them is low. You're either not going to find them at all, or you're going to find them deceased at that point, if it's been more than 72 hours. After that time, if you find who's gone missing, it's like a major blessing. Statistically proven that after 72 hours, the likelihood that you're going to find them or find them alive is low. And it's really, really sad. Especially a beautiful little 14-year-old girl. I just don't understand who could do something like this. I really don't. It's like not even being spoken about as a missing person for 48 hours. You failed this girl. You failed her in every way possible. That should never be the case. A child should be searched for immediately, regardless if they are completely, unhinged, runaway all the time. I don't care. Every time should be handled as a serious problem. Not, oh, just wait, she'll be back. She always runs away. What the hell, man? And I know that's how they are because when I went to the academy, that's exactly what they're teaching me. Oh, if they're a chronic runaway, we really don't, do much about that. We just tell the parents, wait it out because, we usually end up being brought home by one of us or they go home on their own. And then on February 11th is the day that they had gotten the voicemail and the employee went and told the police about it. But the voicemail came through on February 2nd, but unfortunately was not listened to until February 7th. And then the case manager went and spoke to Emily's mother, and she said she looked very worried, very concerned, and that she had not seen her daughter at all. I don't know why I'm so suspicious of her. Not the mom. I'm not trying to be biased and think, oh, well, your daughter's in a group home. Yada, yada. That's not why I'm thinking that. I don't know. I just have a strange feeling about it. You know what I mean? So when I'm done telling you about this case, I have 3 questions that I want to ask the tarot cards about this case to see what they have to say. Because if I'm having these visions, maybe the universe wants me to figure it out. Or not figure out the case, but you know what I'm saying. But the report also states that Emily's dismembered remains were found on February 19th. And then after they found her remains, she wasn't identified until a week later. Probably by dental records or something. I don't know. And it's like small little visions I keep having whenever I talk about her. So I'm like, this is weird. I'm going to go do a reading and see what's up. I mean, I wonder, did they check, did she have a cell phone? Well, she probably had it on her if she did. But I don't know if the group home, takes their cell phones or something at night. So maybe she didn't have it. I don't know. The indigenous motorcycle gang, I can't remember the name of them. Shoot. Anyways, they escorted the casket to home, they said. And it's such a beautiful thing to see. Emily Pike. And it's such a terrible way to begin the year, to hear stories like this. All around, it's just a huge tragedy. The way it was handled, how she was just basically whatever, to the police. She's just like her eyes spoke to me in her picture or something like that. You know what I mean? I mean, have you ever heard about a true crime case and totally just lost your mind crying because of it? Me too. And I'm going to leave my headphones off because I'm going to read the cards. I have 3 questions here. And while I'm doing so, I'm going to just be curling my hair, so don't mind me. I chose the blue light because, you know, it just felt calming. So, and also I've charged my crystals. Please be with us as we read the cards and ask questions to Emily Pike. She was unalived and dismembered and desecrated by some evil person. We don't know who yet, but we're trying to figure it out. So please work through me in the cards. Thank you. First question: will Emily get justice by authorities finding the evil person that did this to her? Spirit guides, work through the cards and let me know an answer, please. It says the Hanged Man. Let's see. It's almost like this one is telling us that basically authorities feel like they're stuck in a rut, right? They can't figure it out. The case, it's unsolved. They don't have many clues or anything like that, right? And it's telling me also that it leads to a change in perspective. So I'm thinking that, the police need to change the way that they are looking, the way that they are trying, the approach that they're taking. They need to do something else. They need to come outside of the situation and look in. You know what I mean? Give it time. Just relax. Stop trying to control things and just let them be. The correct course of action will become clear in due time. My second question: does Emily know the person that unalived her? Was she a friend of theirs, or did she get a hold of them to come and get her, or was it her mom or her mom's friend or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, were they somehow an acquaintance or friend or whatever? 9 of Swords upside down though. So let's see. Remember myself. When reversed, that there's some light at the end of the tunnel, right? That they're recovering, or we're recovering from some kind of depression or mental illness, but like, it's not answering the question. So like, did she get unalived by someone with an extreme mental illness? Alternatively, this card can signify a worsening of issues, depression problems, or fears associated with the upright card. It can represent extreme guilt, remorse, shame, self-pity, self-loathing, that type of thing. It can be an indication that there's like malicious activity going around you, which all of this is, you know what I mean? But like, I'm not understanding how it pertains to the question. If any of you know in the comments, could you let me know? Do you have a feeling about what that could be like? I don't have any clue. So, third question is, can she help authorities somehow to find who did this to her? Coming through right now. I feel it. That was weird. Did you see that? I just read at the end there, embracing your feminine side. So maybe she was just trying to have her mother because she needed a woman in her life. And at the end here, it says, and the way that card flew into my hand, and I said, I feel like it has to do with the mother, right? It can be a signifier of empty nest syndrome for the parents of grown-up children. Now, the mom obviously has that right now, and it could also be a major indicator into mom issues affecting you depending on the placement of the situation. Holy crap. Is she confirming my speculation? Now, in conclusion, if you would like to be a part of the change, you can go to change.org. Yep, change.org. The link will be in my description for a petition to stop the violence against Indigenous women. It's a great, I signed the petition. It's a great petition that they are coming forward with because this is it. This is enough now. Please sign the petition. The link is in my description. It's the article on the Center for Native American Youth, the Center for Native American Youth, and it is, and the article is called Say Her Name, Emily Pike. I like that. That's really cool. And the name of the article is like exactly what we need to be doing all the time, is lifting her up and spreading the story around so people can be aware of what's really going on. And I just wanted to add this stupid video at the end here because I am very upset about it, and I wanted to make it very clear how disgusting this person is. She needs to be taken off of social media entirely. I'm telling you. And Ash Trevino, guess what, Ash Trevino? If I ever get the chance to see you or be around you, girl, it's on site. And I mean that.
Who's Emily Pike? I don't know who that is. Thank you. It's weird, guys. It's so weird. I'm literally blocking all these pages, bro. Like, all these pages are getting blocked.
My last straw is seeing this. My very last, I couldn't, like. So, I just wanted to quickly show you guys this video, and then I will say goodnight and goodbye. Thank you for watching my wonderful video today. I hope it was a good get ready with me. Please come back for more. If you like it, please leave me a comment. You know, constructive criticism is good too, so please tell me if I did anything wrong, if there's something I could improve on, or if you liked it, tell me you liked it. I like compliments as well, you know what I'm saying. Alright, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Alright. This is light work.